Ciao everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm creating a video where I slowly explain you the technique of the darning. As you can see, I have two different point shoes, and on one pair I'm going to do the technique that I did in the previous video, which is one round of knots and one round of loops. And in the other shoe I'm going to make a thicker darning around the platform of the point shoe. This is what we're going to use: thick cotton thread, needle, a very strong needle. Also, the rounded needles are really good. They help you get through the hard part of the point shoe very easily. Thimble and scissors. We're going to need a lot of thread. I really feel the darning is such an essential part of point shoe preparation because it gives a solid base and it makes the point of the point shoe last longer. This is my opinion. Let's get started. Point shoe number one. I like to start from the bottom of the platform. I just insert my needle, try to get not just the satin layer but the one underneath. This is why I need this thimble to push through, or a TheraBand, as I mentioned in the other video. Few millimeters next to the first insertion, I will place the needle again and I will go one full round around my needle. I will pull. I really hope you can see. And now I have my first beautiful knot. And I will keep going around until I complete the full circle with this technique. So needle, one time around, hold with the thumb so it doesn't get entangled, pull the needle, and the knot is done. At the moment I have 3 knots. I'll just keep going. You have to make sure you really pull the thread until the end. So it's a really sturdy knot. I have friends that actually draw with a pen the circle so they can nicely follow the path. I don't do that. I just follow the shadow of where the platform bends and go with the flow. First round is done. All knots are one next to each other. In the second round, I will just go through with the needle and the thread in loops all around once to kind of block the knots and give a neater look to the point shoe. I just insert the needle and pull. The first will just look like that, the first step. I like to position it in between the 2 knots and I insert the needle, pull, and I will keep going like this. I keep a thumb in the middle. Having a long thread sometimes can be a bit tricky. So I'm just going through. First part. This second round of passing the needle and the thread through gives me a feeling that the darning will last longer. The shape of the darning will last longer. The second round is done, as you can see. I will just be cutting the thread and then closing with a couple of knots and cutting the extra material. I hope it was more or less clear and helpful. One and 2. So this is first technique. Now I will be showing you the second technique for the darning. It will create a slightly broader darning platform here because I will be using, yes, the same cotton thread, but I will be inserting some extra material, some extra cotton thread in the first round of knots, which means it will create a bit more volume, maybe it will become a bit more solid, and this way you can reach a bigger darning platform quicker. I had some leftover thread from the point shoe before, so I'll be using this. I'll be measuring how much I need. I actually fold it twice together so it's even thicker. Once around, more or less is this. This technique is actually a bit more tricky and it might take me more time, but I thought it would be nice to show it to you anyway, so maybe someone that needs a bit of a bigger platform could use this technique. I used it in the past sometimes, but with these current shoes I don't need to do this extra step. The platform is already flat enough, so I don't need extra. Same beginning as the other one, and I'll be placing the cotton thread just on top so I can block it, and I'll be making the knot like earlier. I blocked this thread that is going to go around in the circle, and just because I'm gonna simulate the creation of a thicker darning, I'm going to actually do a double round knot. My gosh, I hope what I'm saying makes sense to some of you. So yeah, it definitely became a thicker darning with just one round, but I'm not sure if it's a quicker technique. Maybe I got very practical with the other one. I feel this one kind of slows me down, but definitely with one round you achieve what you would achieve with the other technique, going around twice. So yeah, I guess you can try it out and see what you like best. See what works for you with the less effort and least waste of time also. I think for me this is enough. I will just make the knot, cut 2 knots and 2, and ta-da! So let's just make a summary of what we did today. In the first darning I did, I went around like my normal point shoe preparation. I went around once with knots and once in loops, and this is the result. In the second shoe, I went around just one time with a bit more of a struggle, I will admit, because I had to hold the thread. Let's see when I use the point shoe if they break down differently. I could prepare them at the same time and try to use them for the same amount of rehearsals and classes and see which one holds better. Technique 1 and technique 2. I hope you learned something. I hope it was good for you. Questions, comment below. Like if you like. If you don't like, don't like. Don't dislike also, joking, you can do whatever you want. And follow if you want to follow. Share it to a friend if you think that your ballerina or ballerino friend could find it interesting. So yeah, see you next time and ciao ciao!